Again, 10 minutes, first 5 minutes, there will be no points. Second 5 minutes, points are a go. All right, BMAC, we are underway.
Here we go.
Now, I mean, Nicky Rod's been able to use his, in the first one was able to use, he's inexperienced, so he was able to use his speed and strength and, agility to get through some tough matches, against Ali, against Cyborg, against Orlando, before falling to Duarte in the finals.
Nicky Rod heavy on this tie, but Ramos is not going to just come out here and get pushed around.
Yeah.
He snapped back. Oh, here's an arm drag, looking for the single. Nicky Rod just so explosive.
Yeah, and listen, when we were talking earlier about like Ramos having, good leg attacks, like, he's training, Nicky Rod's training with Craig and Nicky Ryan, like he clearly is seeing leg locks, so it's not like it's a disadvantage for him. But if Ramos had a strength, a strength in this match, I'd say he's a little more experienced on the leg locks in match. Still pulling down, and that wears on your head. You see how Nick grabs the back of the head and he'll pull forward. See how he doesn't just leave that as a stagnant grip. He's moving the head out of position, and that's exhausting to have to keep posturing yourself back up, And it's not like Nick's not just holding there. Like he's moving. Oh, look at this slide by. Well timed. Little feints there too by Ramos.
Ramos is not here to get pushed around, man.
That's what I said. There is no easy. Every match is a super match.
You got to stay out there for 10 minutes with Nick Rodriguez, though. He's going to take you into the deep water here.
And he could still do this right now. Now, the reason that he wouldn't be able to do that in points, just to understand why even taking a knee, is because he prevents, there's that snap down, he prevents his opponent's ability to be offensive and shoot. So when he take a knee like that and you're preventing your opponent from being able to shoot, they take that as a guard pull. So even going to a knee is frowned upon. Even bending down and having the knee almost touch the floor.
Yeah, well, that
both
same
palms
trick
need to be on the floor.
That same little play that Nicky Rod makes, they even made reference to that to him exactly in the rules meeting yesterday.
Like
he can't stay down there for 3 seconds during the points period. During this opening 5 minutes, you can almost do whatever you want. That's the beautiful thing about the ADCC rule set, I think, is it opens us up to see all the different forms of grappling. Wrestling has a place to shine. Jiu-jitsu has a place to shine. A points player has a place to shine. A submission artist has a place to shine. It's not a jiu-jitsu tournament. This is the Submission Wrestling World Championship.
Feint again here. Nicky Rod ready to snap down immediately. You can watch Nicky Rod's last run on that FloGrappling's Flow Arena from the 2019 ADCC World Championships. Back on the collar. 2 minutes till points here again. Little feints, no real commitment yet. Just feints, a lot of head moving. No, they've been active enough where they even had action called. Because there is a difference also between action and warning. You'll see the ref now. Here you go. He's going to stop. He's calling for action. So this isn't a warning. This is him just saying, let's pick up the pace. Okay?
And that's a lot of pressure for an athlete, too. The referee starting to tell you.
It does seem like he may have just issued a warning. Okay, maybe it was a warning. You won't see that on the scoreboard. You won't see it on the scoreboard. Now he's level changed again. A little bit tighter in on the shot was Ramos.
A heavy collar tie with the left hand by Ramos.
Winner of this will take on John Hansen.
And Nicky Rod sitting hip to the ground for just a moment, inviting Ramos in, trying to convince him.
I'm wondering, a little knee tap there. I'm wondering if Ramos is going to pull just before the time. So right before that halfway mark, that 5 minute mark, you'll see a lot of people take advantage of it right before BMAC, and they'll sit so that they don't have to worry about the takedown. They can start in a guarded position while they're seated.
A lot of the winners and successful players in ADCC, they're masters of the strategy of ADCC. So exactly like you're saying, knowing when to be in position when the points drop is a huge part of the strategy.
And your corner understanding, where to tell you, move to turtle. That's something we'll get into too, is neutral positioning when we start to get there, because there are some positions that once you've defended long enough, they kind of neutral out and give you a top-bottom. So that's
Okay,
a second warning
that's the second
for both.
warning.
And he hit that second warning with 20 seconds left. So that means the next one is a negative going into, or once they get into that points part of this. So again, we're about 10 seconds away. I'm wondering what's going to happen here, if they're going to both stay standing. Now, something that Nick could do too is sit first, and then as soon as the points go on, stand
Wrestle
right
back
back up,
up.
and then, or just stand up and force.
Oh, there
it.
he is.
Now there it is. Gets to the body lock. Now here's this turtle position.
That happened just as the points period hit.
Rodriguez not going to wait for the takedown though. He's already got a single hook in. Ramos going to try to prevent. Turns in. Rodriguez will maintain north-south here. So he turned turtle, so there's not going to be any points distributed for this because he was able to neutral out the position in turtle. Ramos was able to turn himself and give up the side control. Had Nick went to the mount or back, would have been the only way he could have scored there. Staying north-south here, Ramos. Bottom position. Winner on mat 1 is Victor Hugo. He'll move on to face Gordon Ryan in the round of 8 quarterfinals. North-south position here for B teams. Nick Rodriguez on top of Renzo Gracie's Damon Ramos. Let's see what he tries to do for him. And BMAC, like we see them fighting for inside position, right? Like we see, Nicky Rod can't, move too much.
Oh,
a nice step
right
over
over
the
the
mount.
mount.
Now he'll just get pass points for that.
That's right. They award.
Yeah,
they
don't
only award consecutive points.
Yeah, you can't just move from one position to the other without control. So what he should probably get is 3 points for the pass, and they did just award that. Had he held the side control for 3 seconds, he would have gotten a 3 and then moved to mount and scored that again.
Well,
but because he moved right through, he'll just get the pass points.
He hit that little touch pass over on his left side, bumped the knee out of the way, and stepped over that butterfly hook. Really nice work. And now he's climbing the body. He's going to look to take his hands.
And he's body locked, right?
Yeah.
He's like body locked in mount, which you don't see a lot, and it probably would behoove him to get at least one arm over top of the shoulder, because you see how Ramos is now almost able to get his knees in line where he's going to be able to get a butterfly in.
Yep.
On mat 2, Felipe Pena did move on, so he will move on to the round of 8.
Big win, like it was 8-0. All right, back into the half guard for Ramos here.
So if he
back over with that same step again.
Yeah, and now here's the thing. If he would have allowed the leg to be trapped, now that the leg's trapped, 1, 2, 3, now it's a different position. Now Nick can pass again.
And that's exactly what we're going to see him do here.
And it's
staying with this body lock.
Right, it's his bread and butter, right? The Roddy lock. Now he'll get a butterfly in here. Actually, this is probably a stronger setup. Now you see how he framed away to regrip. Now, one thing I want you to see here. Oh, a good job by Ramos.
Who gave a little pressure on that Americana-style lock on the other side.
And the big thing that Rodriguez is looking at is head positioning and heel to butt connection, right? So you see how he's trying to force in, so he's getting that one.
Oh, look at
and
this.
Does it again, right to
What
mount.
a beautiful pass.
Wow, so he'll get another 3 for that and move up 6-0. The big thing is his head positioning when he was there, keeping it on center. When Ramos was able to move his head off center, space was created. Now Ramos moves back to where he has, and again, Nick can let this maintain here and pass again and collect some more points.
Stacking the points up.
And then maybe move a little freely, you know what I mean, for attacks once he's secured a few more points. But he's up 6-0 right now with 2 minutes left.
Being ahead by 6 points in an ADCC rule set is a big lead. It's so hard to score.
So hard to score. Ramos will make it back to his feet. We have 2 minutes remain. Now remember, there's 2 warnings still, so negatives can still come into play. Circling to the outside, here is Ramos. Rodriguez shucks him off. I will say this too, when you're the one that's ahead in points, you'll notice that you're almost looked at as the one who now needs to be even more so the aggressor, because you can't pull off the brakes, or you can't put on the brakes and pull off the gas once you've scored. Now they actually expect you to do more. If you look back at that nice sprawl out here, front headlock position, trying
now
to
the legs.
Tracking to the back. He wants to get on his back
big elevation right here.
Nice job of Ramos who's trying to split them grips. Now he'll turtle himself out here. Now the position is now to where Ramos can turn to his side and allow side control or any kind of guard.
Without suffering. A
without
negative.
suffering any more points. But we're under a minute now, and he rolls through. Back on top. Still turtled out here. Under a minute. Rodriguez up 6-0 here in the opening round. Jay Regabuta here with B-Mac. Brandon McCaffrey here at the ADCC World Championships. Finally here. Finally here.
Let's see what Nicky Rod does with this single hook. 30 seconds to go. He may be content to just keep the action alive.
Tried
here.
to roll through
work by
here.
Ramos.
And Ramos able to do that because there was only one hook in. Had there be two hooks in, he could not roll forward like that. Even though it was over the shoulder, that second hook in stops you from being able to go forward
Look
over
at
the
that
shoulder.
counter wrestling. Just
right?
Oh, my,
Down.
beautiful work
He'll
by
get
Nicky
another
Rod.
2 for that, and he'll end this with an 8-0 victory over Damon Ramos. And your winner, 8-0. B team's Nick Rodriguez, and he is going to move on to face John Hansen. In the round of 8. Now, he does have a win over John Hansen in his 2019 West Coast Trials final with a rear naked choke victory. Here's a little replay of the match. B-Mac, you want to take us through it?